book review of A Scribe Dies in Brooklyn, a Rabbi Ben mystery by Marvin J. Wolf. If you've followed these reviews, you know I talked about Abandoned in Hell, a Vietnam War memoir co-authored by Marvin Wolf. That review has had more hits than any of mine so far, both in text on the Splash Magazine's website and in the Get Published Radio podcasts. I believe that's because Marv is a masterful storyteller who has a knack for finding compelling subjects. I call him by his first name because I proudly confess he's a colleague and a friend. You may come to think of Rabbi Ben, the protagonist of Marv's mystery series, the same way. Here's the kind of righteous, empowered avenger you'd want as a friend if you ever found yourself the target of unscrupulous thugs in a dark alley in the boroughs of New York. Rabbi Ben Maimon made his literary debut in For Whom the Shofar Blows, which was originally titled The Tattooed Rabbi. Ben's mission in this second thriller is to track down a missing ancient manuscript, the Aleppo Codex, the oldest known Hebrew copy of the Tanakh, which contains all 24 books of the Hebrew Bible. If you think a quest for some crusty old parchment would be a scholarly snore, you've been living in a cave and never heard of Dan Brown or never seen Tom Hanks' portrayal of the obsessive Dr. Robert Langdon. And like Langdon, Ben has a talent for finding obscure facts, beautiful women who offer their passionate assistance and support, and more physical threats than your average streetwise operative could handle. As to the physical threats, you'd think a man of God would rarely, if ever, need to resort to violence. But as in ancient times, these days not only books but also places of worship are being destroyed by zealots who want to rewrite history. And as the global underground economy grows ever larger, there are thieves and cutthroats who don't hesitate to kill for religious artifacts because one side or the other is willing to pay for them with suitcases full of cash. So, as is the deceptively mild-mannered Mr. Wolf, Rabbi Ben is accomplished in the martial arts. If your heart beats faster when a good thriller is peppered with against-the-odds altercations, some bloody, you will not be disappointed. Another close colleague of mine, the sci-fi cult author Thomas Page, recently reminded me that Ian Fleming believed readers lust after pointless detail. That's why fans of his James Bond thrillers know a Walther PPK from a Smith & Wesson 45, and why, if you drive an Aston Martin, you will thank your mechanic for tuning up the turbocharger when you need a fast getaway. Readers of A Scribe Dies in Brooklyn, whose scavenger minds likewise lust for detail, will learn so much here about Jewish arcana that you might feel as though you've successfully completed a college-level course in religious studies. And you won't want to wait for the next Rabbi Ben mystery.
Gerald Everett Jones is the author of Bonfire of the Vanderbilts and host of the Get Published Radio Show.